the finale video for the Resistant Starch Challenge. So I really am glad that I did this challenge because I found that I really and truly can eat super boring every other day for an entire month. So I'm really quite proud of being able to finish this challenge because it was definitely a struggle at some points because potatoes are just not really all that much of my thing. But so in terms of like quantity and quality of food, I was able to eat plenty of food. And this is a really interesting thing about this particular challenge so when I was eating potatoes, I ate until I was full. And by about week 3 of this challenge, I actually was starting to not be as hungry. So I'm not as hungry as early in the day when I get up, and I don't eat as much per meal now as what I used to. And that was not a conscious effort at all on my part. It was purely a matter of really and truly on the days that I was eating potatoes, I ate until I was full, and that was all I didn't really want to eat anymore, so I was done. And so I think that I'm not even sure if it's a shrunk a stomach type of concept or if it's more just I am more in tune with how much I actually need to eat rather than eating what's on my plate because that's ingrained in me. That's what I'm supposed to do is finish what's on my plate. But I am taking smaller portion sizes now when I take food with me. And then if I'm full before I finish, I'm full, and that's okay, and I'm done most of the time. I'm pretty good about stopping most of the time. So as far as quantity of food goes, you definitely could eat as much as you need to on this challenge. So that's actually really nice. The whole resistant starch part of the whole quantity quality thing is also pretty cool because I mean that's what fills you up really and truly is eating lots of starches will make you super full. So I really did think that this was an actually extremely effective challenge. I liked the fact that there were some new recipes that I found. And you guys know how much I like the Japanese and Korean sweet potatoes, but I had no idea that if you cooked them and cooled them and then chopped them and cooked them again, that they turn into like this sticky, wonderful, creamy, chewy, just delicious potato thing that I have never had anything that was that good before. I would definitely recommend for people if they were interested in trying to cook them so that they were super sweet for somebody. Cook them, cool them, and then bake them in pieces and let them get warm again. They're so good. And then also just other recipes for resistant starch, like what I would consider oatmeal congee. That was pretty awesome. And there's other things too. So as far as eating went for the month, this worked out really well. I did not mind the foods that I was eating. However, I do think that I am pretty sure that focusing on resistant starch made it so that I ate less vegetables. Because anytime recently that I've been wanting to make a meal, it's been something that I've been like, can we throw some vegetables in here? Can we make some more vegetables? Is there a vegetable that I could put with this? So I think that I actually got to the point where I was really and truly starting to miss eating larger meals of more vegetable base. So that is something that I'm not sure if I was to do this long term, if that would be an issue or not, because I really and truly have noticed that I am missing vegetables by focusing more on making sure that I'm including enough starch to be considered making the meal mostly resistant starch. So that is something to keep in mind. If you're like super vegetable fanatic, which probably most people are, focusing your main meal being on starch is kind of difficult actually to get in the amount of vegetables that you might actually need to eat. So there is that consideration. I'm sure one of the big things that people want to know is this is probably the most effective. In fact, I don't remember each challenge exactly how much I lost. I mean, I remember the one where I gained a whole bunch of weight. That wasn't very cool. But I actually weighed myself last night when I got up to get ready for work. Almost 8 pounds. It was like 7.6 or 7.8 pounds. I could go back and look at what my original weight was, but it's either 7.6 or 7.8 pounds. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, that's really awesome, actually. So I'm not back to where I was quite before the holidays I got a little bit away from eating healthy foods, that's fine. I'll get back on track, no problem. But So yeah, I'm really glad that this was a really effective challenge, especially seeing as it was a challenging challenge, because eating that many potatoes is very boring, very, very boring. But it worked. So, I mean, it really worked. I don't have any idea how like SpudFit dude managed to eat potatoes and nothing but potatoes for like a year. I can't even imagine that. Doing it every other day was hard enough. I can't imagine doing it for an entire year. But anyways, I would definitely recommend trying this challenge for a couple of different things. If you're trying to kickstart a weight loss, absolutely. Totally, I think that it would work for that. But also if you think that you potentially eat more than maybe you think that you should, and even if it's whole food plant-based, but you still think that you maybe are eating more than what your body needs nutrient-wise, because I mean, calories in, you need to do something with those, and your body's going to process them and put them where it wants to. It doesn't always go away. So I would say this would be a great challenge for trying to bring your a little bit of the hunger and satiety back into line where it needs to be. So I would definitely encourage somebody to give it a try if that's what they were looking for, is something to say, okay, I'm not going to be as hungry. And like I said, I noticed it probably starting in the 3rd week. So it would just maybe take a couple of weeks and you might be at the point where I was at, where I'm just not as hungry as I was before. So that's awesome. So anyways, I think that's all that I have to say for the finale video for this one. It's not sustainable for me in the long run, I don't think. Could I keep doing it for a while still? Yes, I actually could. I could continue doing this if I wanted to for another month, for another 2 months, maybe. I really don't want to, but I could if I had to. Like if there was some reason that I really, really needed to, like it was getting my cholesterol under control, or I was desperate to lose weight because if I didn't, I would have to have some kind of surgery or something, then yeah, I totally could continue. I'm choosing not to because I don't want to. I've had enough potatoes for now. So anyway, guys, that is it for me. I hope that you had a great time with this challenge with me, and let me know if you did this as well, what your results are, because that would be really super cool to know. And yeah, that's it for now. We'll talk to you again with the next challenge.